Hello, everybody. Hello, Shreks. How are you doing today? Got all these cords all screwed up right now. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Got all these wires all over me. My headphones noise cancellation is going dead, so I had to plug it in while it's plugged into me. So I got like 3 wires running all over the place here. So I was going to stream yesterday. For those who don't know, my cat destroyed my keyboard. Half of it's my fault. He knocked it off the desk, but then he also knocked over a can of water I still had on my desk that was open, and it all poured directly onto the keyboard. And when I got the keyboard up, all the keys were sticking together. I like push 2 and 1, 2, 3, and 4 wall press. I press Q, then W, A, and S. It was like everything around that key would all press at the same time too. And I've already disassembled that keyboard once and put it back together, and I wasn't going to do that again because that is just a hard. It was a pain the first time I did that. So I didn't want to go through that again. Besides, I screwed up the Q key when I did that the first time. So I just went ahead and bought a new keyboard. I got this really nice G4 Logitech keyboard. It is weighted. I could barely even. I have to really push hard to move this around on the desk, and it has a has a wrist rest and everything on it. So, and of course, a bunch of cat hair all over it too. Already, everything we own now has cat hair on it. But anyway, the reason why I am going to be doing a surprise game is since I'm going to be almost an affiliate, I realized I want to tell a little bit about myself, about my gaming career. I never owned a console. The first console I ever owned was a PlayStation 2 that I bought with my own money just shortly after it came out. Back in, I think it was in 2000 I actually bought it. Or actually, it was the winter of 1999 that I bought it. And my whole gaming career has mostly been focused on PC. I have recently branched out a little bit more on the PS4. I have played a few PS4 games, but I've always been PC master race. And I know I don't like using that term because it makes you sound like you're like better than the console players, and I don't think that. I use it mostly in play, but I've been playing on the PC since 1989. I was only how old was I then? I was 7 when my family got our first PC. There was a game that came out a few years later. That was the first game that I actually remember playing all the way through. There was other games beforehand, but this is the first one I remember all the way through. I could probably play this game now in my sleep because I know this game inside and out. Now I'm gonna do a few hints. And I think Shreks, you might be able to guess what this is after I reveal about it. This game came out on the anniversary of a franchise that was in the 60s. That to this day is still running strong. And I'm a big member of the fandom. Can you guess what this might be? Franchise is still alive. In fact, it's actually starting to pick up. Hey, Ragnar, how you doing? I'm right now trying to see if anybody can guess what game I'm going to be playing today. It's a franchise game. It came out on the anniversary of a series of a franchise that started in the 60s, still going strong today. In fact, this just has seen a resurgence, kind of a renaissance on itself. No, 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 no. This 60s, a franchise. It was a TV series. No, good guess, but no, not Batman. This game came out in 1991. The what game I'm going to be playing today? Regular, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually kind of happy to be able to stream today. Yesterday I couldn't stream because my cat destroyed my keyboard. So by the time I got a new keyboard, it was just a little too late. Super Bowl series. All right, well, I'm actually going to go ahead and reveal what it is. It's a series, a franchise that I grew up with that I am a huge fan of. I am a Trekkie, and this is Star Trek 25th Anniversary. It's a point and click adventure game that came out during the time when they were the biggest thing on the PC. There was Monkey Island. There was King's Quest, Space Quest, Leisure Suit Larry. All sorts of kind of things it was. Yeah, Star Trek would have been close, but Star Trek was more of 70s than 60s. Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe that Star Trek's that old. I mean, Star Trek just went through its 50th anniversary a few years ago. In 2016 was its 50th anniversary. In fact, this year was its 55th. Yeah, 60s. It came out in 66. Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe that Star Trek's that old. A lot of us think of it being younger because there was that huge lapse in between the original series and Next Generation, and then you kind of think of TNG as the start of Star Trek, but no. This game came out during its 25th anniversary. It focuses on the original series. It actually has a sequel called Judgment Rights, which I will also be playing too. A lot of people like to consider this game and Judgment Rights as the unaired season 4 of Star Trek, because a lot of the writers influenced through Star Trek and some of the stories were ripped from plot ideas that they were going to add into season 4. Yeah, for the older stuff that we've seen, I'm kind of a mixed bag. My favorite Star Trek will always be Deep Space Nine. Always will be Deep Space Nine. I will probably be a Niner till the day I die. But I do like some of the new stuff. I do like Picard. I do like Lower Decks. I can't stand Discovery. I'm sorry, but Discovery is not for me. But I am looking forward to Strange New Worlds that they're going to be launching here soon. And I might consider maybe checking out on Star Trek Prodigy, but I'm not really sure about that right now. I think they're driving themselves to be a little bit more kid friendly, which, you know, I can see. They want to get some young generations into the series. I mean, I got into the series from the Next Generation, and rewatching Next Generation today, I'm like, boy, there was a lot of things I didn't get when I first watched this because it was so over my head. But this game I remember playing a lot when I was young, and it's the first game that I played all the way through. I had a strategy guide, though. I would admit that for both this and Judgment Rights, I had a strategy guide. I mean, I was 9. What do you expect me to do? Be able to do complex puzzles on my own? But, yeah, TNG. My parents watched the original series. I remember a little bit growing up, but I do remember watching this huge marathon they had of 10 of the best Star Trek series. 10 of the best that aired a few days before Encounter at Farpoint, the very first TNG. And I remember sitting down and watching TNG with my parents, the Encounter at Farpoint. It's one of my best memories I have of Star Trek was watching a counter at Farpoint for the first time and just marveling at the graphics that nowadays I look at and I'm like, how this good? Yeah, it just I don't know about it, but there's something about Star Trek that rings to me. Maybe it's my science side. I really am into science, and Star Trek is so science based. I know there's a lot of false science in it too, but at least they have realm of some believability in it. Oh yeah, yeah. The makeup artists were good. Yeah, now it's all CGI, but yeah, the some of the makeup that they had for some of them, like the Cardassians. I have to say, Cardassians is one of the well-made alien races out there. Them and the Ferengi, especially with those big giant heads and those big ears. All right, well, I'm going to switch my title. This way, people now know what I'm actually playing. Yeah, the Borg. That always was a. They kind of freaked me out when I was younger. I would admit to you that I actually cried when Picard was transformed when I watched that for the first time. I was so sad when that happened. All right, hang on here. I don't know how to spell anniversary. That's another thing I want to tell everyone too is I have a terrible. I do not know how to spell. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I am a terrible speller. All right, and let me also put the category, change it to. Oh, wow. Well, all right. Well, if I ever need anybody to tell, if I need something spelled out, I'll make sure to ask you first. I don't know why the tags for Star Trek 25th Anniversary on Twitch, the tags, RPG. This is not an RPG. This is a venture point and click simulation game. This is not an RPG. There's no leveling. Well, I take that back. There's one RPG element in this game, but it's very obscure and a lot of people don't even know it exists. All right, got that all fixed. Everyone now knows what I'm actually playing. And I guess we go ahead and start to get into the game. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to close that. Alrighty. Let's start this up. Now, I'm playing this through Good Old Games. It's not available on Steam, Star Trek 25th Anniversary. It runs through a DOSBox emulator. And if you don't know what DOS is, it's what PCs used to use as a way of playing games. Also, Windows was originally created as just a graphical interface for DOS that you can access your files on your computer without having to type down a whole bunch of lines of code. You can then just click on the icon and it will open up that file for you. When games got more, as Windows got more and more as a operating system and starting to take over DOS eventually died out, but a lot of people still had the old games and they needed DOS to run it. So DOSBox was created. It was an emulator that can run and pretends that your computer is from 1991 or 1993 or whatever year you need it to be in. Good Old Games releases it with an emulator already built into it, so I don't have to worry about doing any kind of settings, any kind of like fancy things with the DOSBox to make it work just right. It will automatically pick out the best settings that I can for my computer. I've already tested it to make sure it worked on Twitch streaming, and it does. So we have that. See, what was one more thing I was going to talk about with this? It was something else, but I don't remember what it is. Maybe I'll remember after I start playing, but... All right. No, I didn't get the transfer to Steam Labs done just yet. I kind of got lazy yesterday. I was going to do that all yesterday, but with the keyboard and everything, and then I suddenly got hit with something. I don't know what it was, but both me and my wife, we just suddenly got slammed to the ground with something. I'm good now, but I'll get the transfer done sooner or later. But right now, it looks like Twitch Studios is actually running pretty good. They just released an update yesterday on it, so hopefully that might fix the problems I've been having. We'll see how it goes today, but I still might go ahead and switch over so I don't have that problem happen again. Now, this game will immediately start playing right off the bat. So I have no way of controlling on what happens at this point. So at this point on till after Kirk does his captain's log, I'm locked out of any action. What I was going to remember about, what I was going to talk about this game was this game came out with a CD version a year after the original game came out that has the entire series cast in it. William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, Nicole Nicholas, George Takei, Walter Conan, and James Doohan. They are all reprised the roles in this game. So has this voice acted. So I know when you hear 91, you think that I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. They put everything in this is dialogued. So, yep, and he will say, yeah, he says the exact same lines in this, but he says it so fast in the 25th anniversary. It's hilarious on how quickly he says it. But Judgment Rights, they played out a little bit slower, so it has the more William Shatner feel. But this one does not feel like William Shatner. It's William Shatner's voice, but it's way too fast. It's like he was trying to get this done real quick before he had to go home or something. All right, here we go. Let me check the settings real quick to make sure everything looks good. All right, you should be good to go. All right, Star Trek 25th anniversary. Hello? Hang on a second here. I might need... Oh! Okay, nope. I did not have that set right. Oh, that was hard. Oh, man, my ears. I hope everyone else is okay. All right, let's try that again. Let's just use the settings it originally comes with. Let's hope I didn't screw anything up. All right. Hang on. Demon. All right, hang on a second here. I don't know what I just did to this. I might have to do a reinstall of it. I think I really screwed up the settings. I'm so sorry about this. Let's see here. Luckily, this Good Old Games really has a very fast install. So, we'll just chat for a little bit while it installs. So, Shrex, how does the day look for you? Oh, that's good. At least then you can, don't have to worry about running around doing everything all on your own. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and just use the settings it originally comes with. I don't know why it's taking so long to start up. It still does the exact same thing. All right, let me go back into the settings. I'm just going to use all Sound Blasters settings. I must have changed something in DOSBox on it. Because that's not supposed to be the sound it has. All right, VGA, mouse keyboard. We'll do Sound Blaster Pro. Sound Blaster Pro. There we go.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its mission? To explore strange new worlds, to discover new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
All right. You have 3 different options you can do. You can do just text subtitles, display text until you press enter, or no text displayed. I like displaying the text until I press enter. Demon World.
Though the Enterprise's primary mission is peaceful exploration, the galaxy holds many surprises. To be prepared, we are conducting a mock battle with the USS Republic.
Captain Patterson reports the Republic is in position and ready to begin, Captain.
The Republic is arming weapons and raising shields. I suggest we do the same, Captain.
All right, so you gotta quickly go into battle here. So,
raising shields, arming weapons.
S to raise shields, W to arm weapons.
I advise saving the photon torpedoes for close range, Captain.
You can do T to talk to Spock for tips.
Captain Patterson replies that he's a little busy right now for socializing.
And you do H to do anything for Aurora. Alright, now we got some damage, so we got damage to our impulse and our sensors, so I'm gonna have Scotty divert more damage control to our sensors.
Aye, sir. Target analysis.
We'll get target analysis, and we see that he's in pretty much rougher shape than us. He actually has some damage to his engines.
Estimates the Republic is crippled, Captain.
Captain Patterson extends his congratulations, sir.
Lowering shields and disarming weapons.
Message coming in from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Jim, the Enterprise is ordered to travel to Pollux 5. The natives report that alien life forms have been attacking the settlers near a mine at Mount Idle. You are to report to the High Prelate of the colony. The settlers are members of the Acolytes of the Stars sect. The description of the attackers vary, but all say that the attackers resemble creatures from many Earth religions known as demons. Starfleet wants you to determine the nature of these creatures and to resolve the situation without bringing harm to the colonists. Starfleet out.
Okay, so
I advise referring to the star map and setting a course for the Pollux system, sir.
that thing. Old games had a copy protection to prevent people from copying the disc and giving it to their friends, and a form of a manual, and something would be in the manual that you need in order to continue on with the game. The copy protection for 20th anniversary of Judgment Rights was in the manual. There was a star map that will indicate where you need to go on the star map to go to the planet you need to go to. If you deviate off, even if it's been a star system you went to in a previous mission, you're suddenly in alien space, and most likely you'll be destroyed because the Enterprise can't go up against 4 Klingon battlecruisers or 4 Romulan warbirds. So I need to bring up the star map. On my phone here. So I know exactly where I'm going. There we go. This way you don't have to see me get destroyed up right off the bat. Of course, I could probably go ahead and just do that so you can see what happens. Alright.
Orders are to proceed to the Pollux system.
Alright, first let's go ahead and see what the Pollux system is.
Pollux 5 system. An inhabited satellite of Pollux B. Pollux 5 has lately emerged from an ice age caused by large meteor strikes. It has recently been colonized by the Acolytes of the Stars religious sect. The planet is home to a wide variety of plant life, but insects and other lower life forms are the only known animals.
Alright. Let's see about the Acolytes of the Stars sect.
Acolytes. Fully Acolytes of the Stars. Inspired by old human religions, the Acolytes of the Stars are a group of deists that have colonized several worlds in this quadrant. The Acolytes prefer a relatively primitive lifestyle, reminiscent of the mid-21st century Earth rural communities. Acolyte missionaries regularly assist nearby Federation worlds during times of need or disaster. Major Acolyte settlements are Nicolasi on Pollux 5, Germania on Maddox 2, and Kentigern on Haven's World.
Alright, so Nicholas is the other one I'm going to go with. And basically what these people are, they're space Amish.
Nicolasi, chief colony of the Acolytes of the Stars religious sect, with over 1,000 members. Nicolasi is isolationist by Federation standards, but has assisted disaster relief teams and geologic surveys. It is led by Robert Angevin.
Alright, so Robert Angevin. Subject about him?
Robert Angevin. Fully High Prelate Robert Everett Angevin. As High Prelate of the Acolytes of the Stars, see Acolytes. On Nicolasi, Robert Angevin serves as political and spiritual leader for that religious colony. Angevin is the acting Federation contact on that world, and is considered by Federation diplomats to be a fair and capable leader.
Okay. They said it was Mount Idle. Let's see if we could just get
Mount Idle, a major mountain on Pollux 5, rising 5,360 meters above the planet's sea level.
And they said they were attacked by demons, so... Do you have anything on demons?
Demon. Mythological term for malevolent supernatural entities in the service of the devil, common in many mythologies and religions, most notably Christianity, Judaism, Islam, and Hinduism.
Okay. And to show how much they put into the computer and stuff, they mentioned briefly that they mine hafnium on, and you can even study for hafnium.
Hafnium, a metallic chemical element often found with zirconium. It has an atomic weight of 178.6, atomic number 72. Hafnium is found on many worlds. It is commonly mined by the acolytes of the stars.
Yeah, so they just threw a bunch of stuff into this game to get fool around with. Alright, I am going to go ahead. Now, Kirk has Captain's Log, Teleport, and Menu. This is where I get all the menu to save, turn off music or sound effects.
Save new game.
I'm going to quickly save a game here. And what I want to do is I'm going to go to a system that's not on the star map.
Orders are to proceed.
How did I go through the star map again? I forgot what the quick key was. Let's just go here. That looks good.
We're off course, Captain.
There are Elassie ships closing rapidly, Captain.
Lassie Pirates are something that was not in the original series, but they were going to be added into the fourth season if there was a fourth season. It's going to be kind of like a pirate group that are kind of like reminiscent of Pirates of the Caribbean, but in space. So, they're pushovers. These guys are basically nothing, so I think I can take out the ship pretty easily and continue on.
This is a mess now, isn't it?
Damage control standing by, sir.
Oh, come on, Scotty, really?
Message from the Elassie captain, sir.
On screen, Lieutenant.
You shouldn't have come here, Kirk. Now we must destroy you.
I'm sorry with that voice. I'm not threatened.
Raising shields. Arming weapons.
Their ships are very weak.
Target analysis on. Target analysis on.
Also, most of the time the Lassie Pirates will flee before you can actually destroy them. So yeah, that, as you can see, I only took a little bit of damage from my front shields, but other than that, perfectly fine. Alright, what did
Captain's Log.
Captain's Log. This is the RPG element that I was telling you that isn't, but it's very obscure. When you finish a mission, you're rated from 0 to 100%, and every 25% interval, you get a commission point. If you get, as you get more and more commission points, damage control runs faster, Zulu turns the ships faster, check off the weapons will also recharge faster. So you kind of want to make sure, excuse me, you want to make sure you get all 4 commission points after each mission. The lower amount that you get, like if you only get 1 or 2, damage control takes longer, the ship becomes more sluggish, and the weapons don't recharge as fast. So there is actually a little bit of an RPG element in it, but it's nothing that you can really control, except for just make sure you do everything in the mission. And that's one thing that's kind of a bummer about this game, is you can't let red shirts die. You can have them die, and I will show you every single red shirt death I know of in this game, but you will lose points if you have red shirt die. So everyone knows, you wear a red shirt in Star Trek, or at least in the original series, you were destined to die. Unless if you were a main cast member like Uhura or Scotty. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and load up that save game, so we don't have that on our record. What is the map for the... Let's do the star map again. I'll just go ahead and just do it this way. Alright, so according to the star map, in order to get to Polox, we need to go to number 19, which is right here.
We have arrived at Pollux 5.
Oh, almost lost my control there. Alright, so pretty looks like a pretty decent road. Does look like, yeah, it looks like there's some very good snow coverage on there. Alright, let's have a planet.
Message from High Prelate Robert Angevin, sir.
Welcome, Enterprise. The High Prelate awaits you. Please, beam down and meet with him.
Alright. Have anything, Spock?
We are too far from the planet for a sensor probe, Captain.
Alright. Well, let's go to orbit.
Entering standard orbit.
Alright. Spock?
Pollux 5 has recently emerged from an ice age, sir. It's spring at the moment. Cool, but tolerable. Sensors indicate previously documented flora and fauna. Nothing unusual.
Alright, so if we already did all our computer stuff, we'll go ahead and just beam on down.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the car.
This is so much better, gentlefolk. We are honored at your presence, and hope you will find peace here in our haven.
Alright, so...
Captain, the flora on this planet is very interesting. I wonder how useful it may be for medicinal purposes.
Very peaceful looking place. Now we have our interface here. This is what a lot of people call him, the Golden Man. We got take, use, look, speak, and also Dominion. But, and also on take, we have our inventory bag here. I don't know why it looks like this, but that's our inventory bag. And we got a few items in here. We got a stun phaser, kill phaser, tricorder, medical tricorder, communicator, and the boys' bag of medicinal wonders. Hey Heather, how you doing? Alright, so let's take a look at this stuff. Let's do it.
1 Starfleet Regulation Phaser Type 1, set to stun.
Already off the bat, I got to start doing my Star Trek nitpicking. I will probably nitpick a few times in this. That is not a Regulation Phaser Type 1. That's a Phaser Type 2. A Phaser Type 1 is that black thing you see on top of there that could be taken off and used individually. But these are a Type 2 phaser, not a Type 1. They didn't do the research. I'm not going to be that critical, but yeah, there's going to be some issues that I might have sometimes with this, with things that they got a little bit wrong.
1 Starfleet Regulation Phaser Type 1, set to full power.
Oh, I'm sorry, Heather. What's wrong with your car? You can't get it started, or other issues with it? Oh. I'm sorry.
1 Starfleet Issue Science Tricorder, a science officer's best friend. 1 Starfleet Issue Medical Tricorder to assure that Starfleet doctors make the correct diagnosis. 1 Starfleet Issue Communicator to allow landing parties to talk with their shipmates in normal circumstances. 1 Starfleet Issue Medical Kit.
Alright, so anytime you're down here, you could always contact the Enterprise and...
Nothing to report, Captain.
And they have nothing to report. Alright, before I start talking to people in this game and scanning things, I like to look at everything. Sign says all mining equipment use this road. That would be one of the only few times you'll see me read. Everything else is voiced.
A beautiful snow-covered scene with a path leading off to Mount Idle. On the other side of the trees is Idle Mountain, a tall, forbidding place. You have a vague feeling of danger. A quickly constructed Spartan shelter, primarily used by fledgling colonies. Remnants of a recent snowfall cover the ground. A quickly constructed... Remnants of a recent... Ensign Everts, who has never been this close to snow before in his life, gazes with childlike fascination at the ground.
Oh, Heather Munchkin. Yeah, Heather, I don't know if you were told or if you heard, but Munchkin destroyed my keyboard yesterday.
Dr. Leonard McCoy, the finest doctor in Starfleet, wishes that he were on a warmer planet. Spock raises an eyebrow. James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the Enterprise. He's always happy to run an errand of mercy.
He knocked it off the desk, and then as it was hanging there off the desk, he also knocked over, now this was my fault, a can of water McCoy still had there, and it poured all over on it. And by the time I found the keyboard laying on the ground, I picked it up. Most of the keys didn't work or were all stuck together. So I went out and got myself a Logitech G210 keyboard. It's weighted. It's has a wrist rest and everything, so I really like it. Sorry, those keyboards that came with the computer thing from Newegg. I looked at the reviews. They have very bad reviews. A lot of people say they easily break. All right, let's talk with our crewmates.
I don't know if the problem is real, the result of a new illness, or mass hysteria. But at the very least, there's an injured miner who needs my help.
Doctor, you need to investigate the possibility of disease, mental or physical, among these people before we go chasing up the mountains. Prelate and Given, may we see those who have encountered the demons?
They are already gathered in the chapel and will cooperate in any way with you. First door on my right.
This planet's as beautiful as everyone says it is.
The trees, the fresh air, the freezing cold.
Come on, Bones, the cold will improve your circulation.
Some people get too much circulation.
Captain, demons and supernatural creatures are, almost by definition, illogical. Yet it is evident these people believe what they have seen. Barring illness or mass hysteria, I agree that a real problem seems to exist.
I've never seen snow like this before. This is great.
I heard cursors are very good.
You mean you've never built a snowman, Ensign?
I've never even thrown a snowball. Do you think anyone would mind?
Well...
Later, Ensign, we have work to do.
Of course, sir.
Can I, cut?
Dr. Leonard McCoy, the finest doctor in Starfleet, wishes that he were on a warmer planet.
Oh, there's supposed to be like some dialogue between those two about the cold. Maybe I did, I just wasn't paying attention.
High Prelate Angiven waits patiently for you to decide what you will do next.
Alright, let's go ahead and scan around the area and then we'll talk to the High Prelate.
Captain, reading the rocks in this area, I find that this locality may have been disturbed in the distant past. Recent disturbances created by the colonists' construction and mining prevent me from discovering anything further. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report.
Alright, Spock always has nothing really to report. Alright, let's do a medical tricorder.
Jim, I'm not picking up any unusual life here, just native life forms and the settlers. The colonists are all human, except for the one Tellarite. If there are demons here, they don't register on my quarter.
Talks just like the Southern doctor he is.
The man's in perfect health. There's nothing there requiring a ship's doctor. There's nothing there
Okay. Alright, well, let's go ahead and talk to the High Prelate Robert Engelman.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. We have received word that alien life forms are creating problems at your mining facilities at Idle Mountain. Tell me more.
This game gives you multiple choices you can do, rather what way you want to address people. There's a right way, there's a wrong way, and there's a neutral way. And some of these dialogue choices are hilarious, though.
Most High Prelate Angiven, I am honored to meet you. I consider it my divine duty to assist you in any possible way with the spawn of the devil.
If you choose this, he actually takes offense because he thinks that you are mocking him. Because he knows that Starfleet is not a part of their religious order. So if you say it like this, he actually gets kind of irritated.
Been seeing ghosts and boogeymen, eh? I find that a little hard to believe.
And here he also gets mad at you too, calling you a closed-minded and a bigot.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise.
Certainly, Captain Kirk. Not aliens per se. We have encountered what we believe are demons at Idle Mountain. Creatures surely emerging from the very gates of hell. Our God would not test us thus without reason. So we believe your might and insight are our God's method to help us discover what is going on.
Aside from seeing demons, has any hard data been collected? Any evidence I could see? Demons? Gates of hell? This is the 23rd century.
That will also piss him off.
Aside from seeing demons, has any hard data been collected? Any evidence I could see?
This is a reasonable response.
A skeptic would consider everything merely anecdotal or unproven. My people will gladly tell you their own stories, so you need not hear it secondhand through me.
What can you tell me about the mine itself? You're wasting the time of a starship capable of destroying this planet with campfire stories? No wonder you were dumped out here in the middle of nowhere.
That's a really wrong way to say something.
What can you tell me about the mine itself?
So we'll do this one. Be diplomatic.
The area is exceptionally stable tectonically, and easy for our machinery to work in, praise God. We've mined for hafnium and a variety of useful trace elements. The deeper we dig, however, the more anomalous the variety of minerals seems to be. Our Ignatiate brother Stephen has his own theories about why this might be. Either way, the anomalies inspired Brother Canry to conduct studies inside the mine. Yesterday, he reported discovering a strange door. A gate to hell, surely, for the demons caused a cave-in immediately. Canry was trapped, unconscious, and the demons prevent us from rescuing him. We can only hope he is still alive.
You really think that the gate of hell will be on this planet that no humans and everything live on, and you just happen to come across it? Okay. Leave when you want to.
Thank you for your courtesy, Kirk. May you receive the guidance and protection of our God as you complete this divine mission.
Alright, now we can... Two-headed squirrel, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. This is our, when we just click on the normal body of this, it creates this crosshairs where we can move Kirk around. He's the primary character that we control. You can control the other ones by giving them certain tasks, but right now there's none for them. So let's go ahead and head into this door here, which is a chapel. As you can see, this guy's not looking like he's not doing too good. Here's some more of the acolytes. There's the Tellarite, kind of like a pig-like type alien. All right, let's take a look around here.
A majestic view of Mount Idle can be seen through the skylight. A chapel typical of the acolytes of the stars. Boxes of supplies and mining equipment litter the floor. Boxes of supplies.
Same thing there. So let's see about these guys here.
A sturdy man of advanced years whose blue eyes meet yours with clarity, curiosity, and directness.
Is one of my favorite of all the people of this in this group. He's the only one that's really, he actually looks more towards science than spiritual.
A grim-faced minor colonist nods curtly at you.
You'll understand if I don't stand up, I hope. I am not well.
The Tellarite appears completely at home surrounded by humans, but the wrinkling on his brow indicates a great deal of worry. Ensign Everts cannot take his eyes off the sight of Mount Idle. McCoy looks anxiously about the room.
All right, Chef, thanks for the lurk. I just did, yeah, what the hell I did.
James Kirk takes time to rest and ponder the remainder of the mission. Spock waits for your command, patient as ever.
Alright, so let's do some scanning around here.
Nothing to report, Captain. I detect various pieces of mining equipment, but nothing of note. Nothing to report, Captain.
Like I said, he has always a lot of nothing to report. Let's go ahead and speak to everybody.
The medical methods of these people seem primitive to me, Doctor.
We expect they're Amish.
By our standards, yes. Here the Acolytes prefer a simpler lifestyle. Unfortunately, this is one of the consequences.
My Uncle John lived with the Acolytes a long time ago. He died in their service helping plague victims on New Ontario 6 20 years ago.
The Acolytes did a lot of good work for the needy in this quadrant.
It will be good to help them for a change.
This man needs help, Jim, and I wouldn't want to put it off for too long.
Just thinking to myself, don't mind me.
Alright, let's talk to all the people here.
I am worried about Brother Chubb. Can you examine him, Doctor?
He is too busy consoling the wounded man. This man is in no condition to talk.
We just talked a few minutes ago.
He is too busy consoling the wounded man.
Alright, well, I guess we'll go ahead and scan him.
Jim, this man has suffered severe physical injuries to his head and arm. The wounds have been adequately cared for. However, he has developed a Nugarian infection. If not treated swiftly, the effects can be fatal. The infection can normally be treated with hypoditoxin, but there's none on the Enterprise.
How convenient.
I may be of some assistance. The Lorexian berry grows near the mouth of the cave.
Also convenient.
If I could acquire it, I would be able to synthesize the hypoditoxin from the berry. Unfortunately, the demons prevent us from approaching the cave entrance. Perhaps you could retrieve it for me.
Alright, so we gotta get some berries. So we can synthesize it into a hypo to give to this guy. Alright, well, we could go in here, but that is that Brother Stevens, lab, where he'll synthesize stuff. So we'll be going there later. So I'm not gonna go in there yet. So let's go ahead and head up the trail. And, oh crap, we got demons. Alright, so we just want to stun them, because we might want to question them later, so... He's okay. He's only
You
stunned.
see a small explosion, and the Klingon's hand falls to the ground with a dull thud.
I guess they don't make Klingons like they used to, sir.
Oh god. Oh, that hurts my head, even though I knew it was coming, and it still hurts. That is just... so bad. I might need to have to get alcohol here soon. Alright, so let's take a look at these guys.
They look like Klingons. They look like Klingons.
Captain, we registered phaser fire and an unknown energy beam. Is everyone okay?
We're fine. Did you register any disruptor fire?
No, Captain. Why? Are there Klingons down there?
No, just an idea, Kirkout.
So whatever they were, they weren't using normal Klingon weapons.
Fascinating. I begin to suspect that we have stumbled upon something that the colonists would never have uncovered.
What is it, Spock?
I wish to gather further data before making a definite conclusion, Captain.
Alright, so
Mount Idle rises above you.
we're at the base of the mountain.
Mount Idle rises. A small stream flows down toward the forest. A Gindorian fern. These Branzite pods add a nice touch to the local flora. These are very beautiful Doctus cattails. A large patch of Kytelian tulips.
As you can see, there's a lot of
The path is surrounded by some beautiful shrubbery.
shrubbery. Alright, so let's see. Let's look at Drew.
Dr. McCoy is still hoping the cold winds that whip around Mount Idle will soon die down.
Living around the mountains, don't count on it, boy.
Ensign Everett seems to be rattled by the attack of the Klingons. James Kirk filled with a premonition of more dangers yet to come. Your Vulcan science officer seems to be lost in thought, but remains alert.
I gotta get covered in shit. Keep that a little bit here.
Well, we've seen Klingons. Now all we need is a few Romulans.
Control your thoughts, Doctor. There is a high probability that something here is using our own memories against us.
I guess this isn't such a great planet after all.
We were caught flat-footed there. I don't want any more surprises to catch us off guard.
Captain, I detect a recent avalanche approximately 6.2 kilometers away that occurred within the last 3 days. The mountain may be quite dangerous.
Demons, Klingons, avalanches. What's next? The Wicked Witch of the West?
That is not logical, Doctor.
It wasn't supposed to be logical, you green-blooded Vulcan. Why does everything have to be so damn logical?
I love they put the quirk, the little fights between Spock and McCoy right into the game, and it's done beautifully. Alright. Scan.
This is definitely not a real Klingon, Jim. There's nothing there. This is definitely not a real Klingon, Jim.
What about just doing a scan?
There's nothing there There's nothing there
Okay, fine.
Nothing to report, Captain. Gindorian ferns are regarded as an intergalactic weed, Captain. The Branzite pod is similar to Terran milkweed, except that the silk pods are in bright iridescent colors.
Alright. I got enough of a charge on that. There. Okay. I got enough of a charge on the noise cancellation that I can now have them on. Everything is so echoey. Alright, let's scan some more of the stuff here.
Doctus cattails are similar to their Terran namesake, except that they are known to cause hives if in contact with flesh for any amount of time.
Oh, great.
Kytelian tulips are a perennial flower that survive in almost any climate. This is not a Klingon, Captain. Not a real one. It is an organic construct, an android-like robot. It looks like a Klingon, but the appearance is entirely superficial. There is something different about this particular construct. Come here, Captain. Look at the hand. It seems to have been separated from the body. There's a wiring circuit in the middle of the palm. This is a detached hand with some kind of circuitry in the palm, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report. Nothing to report.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Nothing to report.
nothing to report. Alright, well, let's go ahead and pick up this hand.
You fail to obtain anything.
There we go.
You take the Klingon's detached hand.
Okay. I said I'm going to put her up. See, we're in the mouth of the cave now.
Feeble lights illuminate the mine tunnel. Mine entrance.
Now, I don't think I will be able to finish this game in one broadcast. Maybe two. Might take three. But as soon as I finish 20th anniversary, though, I will be jumping into Judgment Lights, which is a sequel to this.
Facadian moss grows on the cave wall. A Gendorian fern. Various types of berries grow amongst the bushes. Various types of berries. Spock, perhaps the most brilliant mind in Starfleet, pondering a most peculiar mystery. Leonard McCoy, hoping that the cave will be warmer than outside. Ensign Everts keeping a sharp eye out for anything dangerous. James T. Kirk, always wondering what the next surprise will be.
Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everybody.
The answer to this mystery lies ahead of us, gentlemen.
Whoever was trying to stop us may not stop with those Klingons, Captain. I recommend extreme caution.
The thought had occurred to me, Mr. Spock, but thank you for mentioning it.
I'm sorry I let you down with those Klingons back there. I should have been paying more attention.
Just don't make that mistake again, Ensign.
We're red shirts, and it's meant to happen.
Those Klingons give me the willies. They always have. My sister was wounded by them in the Chozon ambush.
We've all had our share of conflict with the Klingons, Ensign. The Organians told me that one day humans and Klingons will become good friends. I wonder if I'll ever live to see that day.
Nope.
Does your tricorder say the cave is warmer, Spock?
It is not logical for me to use my tricorder to determine the cave's temperature, Doctor. I do not see what purpose it would serve.
Spock, everybody talks about the weather.
As long as it minimizes down to a small little, so there's a small little screen at the very top of my desktop, and like, whooped. All right, we talked to everybody. Let's scan everything.
The Facadine moss extracts nourishment from hafnium, Captain.
Yeah, we have this new inventory item. We got this hand.
This hand was taken from the Klingon outside the cave.
And he was just going to say these are Gendorian Gendorian ferns. Nothing new.
Nothing to report.
It's supposed to say something when I scanned.
Nothing to report. Nothing to report.
Seriously?
Nothing to report.
It's supposed to say that it detects an energy signature out in the distance, but...
These seem to be Laraxian berries, Captain. They have several medicinal uses, but Dr. McCoy would know more.
Jim, these are the berries we need to synthesize the hypodetoxin. We must get these to Brother Stephen quickly.
Alright, so let's grab a bushel of berries.
You have retrieved a sample of berries.
Look at it in your inventory.
A juicy-looking berry taken near the cave.
They look pretty good. I don't know if they're actually edible. Yeah, I've never tried this before. Can I actually eat these?
Nothing happens.
No, okay. Guess not. Now to get their stories after. Oh wait, no. First. No, Kirk, go. No. Alright, this is that guy's lab. Alright, let's look at everything here.
A majestic view of Mount Idle can be seen through the skylight. Ensign Everts finds himself fascinated by the acolytes and their planet. Assorted pieces of glass rest on this table, from ancient beakers to double burners. Brother Stephen watches patiently as you examine his study. An old-fashioned computer. It appears to have some type of simulation running. An old-fashioned computer. A multi-purpose workspace with fine, well-worn tools and equipment close at hand. A glass-fronted display of mineral specimens, including a meteorite, a few fossil shells, the skull of a cat-sized alien animal, and a very encrusted twist of metal. An antiquated molecular synthesizer sits in the corner. Mr. Spock finds the scientific equipment in this room to be rather primitive. Dr. McCoy is glad that he is in a warm, heated room. Captain Kirk wonders what is going to happen on this mission. Brother Stephen watches patiently as you examine his study. Ensign Everts finds himself fascinated.
We already looked at those two. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everybody.
I wonder if any of this stuff might be useful.
Well, what happens next?
This place looks real comfortable. Place to combine work, contemplation. Man's got an eye for the beauty of useful things, and for the use of beautiful things. I think we could get along fine.
Okay. Well, that was very profound of McCoy. Normally it's something you don't really normally hear him talking that kind of way, but alright.
This study represents a man with a keen mind, Captain. To judge by what I see, there is little which does not interest him. The equipment is antiquated, but practical.
I never dreamed that Starfleet would be interested in my discoveries, Captain. But our God often surprises us.
Alright, Spock, let's do your scanning.
Nothing to report, Captain. Residue of several different compounds are in the tubes. None of the compounds would explain the sightings. A vintage 8012-86 of the mid-21st century. It is a fine museum piece.
If that's what our computer is going to look like in the mid-21st century, we have really backslid bad. So it looks like it has floppy disk drives, push buttons, and ZBT monitor, not a flat screen.
A vintage 80...
Same thing in there.
Nothing to report, Captain. I read a collection of small items of no evident value. I would characterize this as a small museum display, Captain. Fascinating, Captain. It is an RDAC 4 molecular synthesizer, a museum piece in perfect working order.
Alright, there's also something here that you can do that will help you get 100% by having Spock work on this computer.
Captain, this appears to be a model of the Earth. Notice how it models the proper situation for a total eclipse.
That's a hit. Alright. Go ahead and drop the berries into the synthesizer here.
The machine synthesizes a quantity of hypoditoxin.
We've got to get this to Brother Chubb as quickly as possible, Jim.
Chubb.
A flask of hypoditoxin processed from the berries of this planet.
Alright. Let's go help out Brother Chubb. And we can all now finally get all their stories too. Alright.
Thank you. You're most kind.
Let's give him a scan to see if he's doing okay now.
This man has recently suffered a nasty but non-life-threatening wound. The damage has been adequately cared for. The man's vital effects are attributable to shock and stress.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and start talking to everybody. Let's first talk to Brother Stephen.
I am Brother Stephen, an Ignatiate following the holy teachings with mind and soul alike. I believe the anomalous mineral readings in combination with evidence of ancient disturbances in this otherwise highly stable geologic location indicates previous habitation of the region eons ago.
Why, Spock, you two should get along fine. He sounds just like you.
I would be equally honored to discuss medicine with you, Doctor, as science with your Vulcan associate. Let me continue. I believe our God made humans, aliens, and demons all. If I could get a real demon into my study, I would bless our God for the opportunity, as I thank him for everything in this life.
You tread close to unholy knowledge, Brother Stephen.
I appreciate your prayers, Brother Roberts. Captain, if you and your people go up the mountain, I hope afterward you will visit me in my study, which is next door. I'm too old to make the trek myself, but I'm eager for knowledge. In return, I will offer you what insights our God grants these old eyes. I am Brother... I would be...
You tread close
to... Alright, the exact same stuff. Let's now talk to him.
Brother Kandre is my partner. I was on the communications link when the demons caused the rockfall and silenced him. He said he'd found a strange door with devilish writing. Truly, he came upon the gate of hell itself.
But you didn't see it yourself. So how would you know?
I headed up the party that sought to rescue Brother Kandre. Without warning, the demons appeared and attacked us as we approached the mine.
Can you tell us what they look like?
Like the demons that have plagued devout folk since before our people left the earth. Huge, muscular demons with ruddy skin, truly the manifestation of evil, with bat wings, horns and talons and a pointed tail. Right. God preserve us all. One tore open my arm and I surely would have perished, but for my companions who bore me back down the mountain.
The demons didn't follow you?
No.
Okay.
I am Brother Griznash. I went up the mountainside in solitary prayer seeking to face my fears. Indeed, I found them. A bellowing Krognik demon with sharp teeth and a long snout descended upon me in a rush of wind.
Captain, a Krognik demon has a decidedly wolfish appearance. Brother Griznash, is this not the traditional shape of the Evil One and his minions among Tellarites?
It is.
I believe this may be significant, Captain.
So somebody's using people's fears against them. For us, it was the Klingons. For them, it was demons. And for the Tellarite, a demon of his religions. Have you noticed that we only had 3 Klingons attack? We didn't have 4. Whatever's reading fears and stuff could not read Spock. Because Spock has no fear. He's half Vulcan. He suppresses his emotions. So whatever this technology is could not detect Spock's emotions. Man. Yeah, basically almost everything in this house now has a fine layer of white fur now. I find it all over the place now. Alright, we talked with everybody. We looked at everybody. We scanned everything. So let's go back to Brother Steven's right here. And let's see what he has to say about those mineral stuff he has in his little cabinet here. But first, let's see what he thinks about this hand.
What a fascinating piece of equipment. Highly advanced technology. You see here, it seems to have been damaged, however. Take it to my workbench and let's see if it can be repaired. I fear my hands are too shaky to perform such fine work, but perhaps one of you can do it.
Alright, before I do that, let me do a quick save here.
Save new game.
I think I just replaced the old one, but... new one here. Pause this. Now, I am going to take myself a little bit of a bio break here. So, I'll be right back. Alright, so he says, how about you fix the Klingon hand? So let's go ahead and do that.
Mr. Spock, see what you can do about that hat.
This machinery is delicate, but I have managed to repair the circuitry.
Alright, so the circuitry's been repaired. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at these here.
You are interested in my little museum of curiosities?
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these things. Where did you find all this?
Let me do this real quick.
Here and there. Much of it was brought to me by others exploring widely.
Looks like a pile of junk if you ask me. Yes, tell us about these things.
I enjoy talking about these treasures. Shall I go into mineral specimens? True curiosities, nothing more. I think they're very pretty, don't you? Shall I go into mineral specimen? Meteorite. I believe this is evidence of the cataclysm which destroyed the moon of Pollux 5 eons past. I've constructed a theoretical model based on analysis of the planet's rings of what things might have been like. I think that the moon, like Earth's moon, would have made a total eclipse of the sun possible. I would have liked to have seen that. For conditions making a perfect total eclipse are rare in the universe. Our God creates great wonders. Shall I go into mineral specimen? Meteorite. I believe this is evidence of the cataclysm which destroyed the moon of Pollux 5 eons past. I've constructed a theoretical model based on analysis of the planet's rings of what things might have been like. I think that the moon, like Earth's moon, would have made a total eclipse of the sun possible. I would have liked to have seen that. For conditions making a perfect total eclipse are rare in the universe.
Oh, I think I already did.
Our God creates great wonders. Shall I go with minerals? Fossil shells. One of the oldest forms I've seen on this planet. Our God makes beautiful things indeed. Shall I go with minerals? Fossil skull of a small alien animal. The skull of a modern Silati, the largest creature native to this planet, about the size of a house cat from Earth. The Silatis combine a rather insectoid pattern with four-legged reptilian form, including praying mantis-like forelimbs. Shall I go into mineral specimen? Fossil shell skull of a twist of metal.
Alright, twist of metal here.
Skull of a small alien, the skull of a modern Silati, the largest creature. Shall I go in mineral specimens, or would you twist of metal?
That's okay, Shreks. Work always comes first.
This chunk of rock is a greatly weathered example of a vanadium tungsten alloy, which doesn't occur naturally. It is my best evidence that the area was previously inhabited. Shall I go into mineral, or would you rather move on to something else? Very well. I can't imagine why, but if you have a further interest in any of this, take what you like. But please remember to return my treasures when you're done with them.
No. Alright, so you can take all of them. Here's the mineral specimens, the meteorite, fossil shells. These three are useless. What we want is skull, which I will explain later why you need that, and also this Tuscan alloy, twisted metal. It's weird how an alloy that doesn't occur naturally has been found on this planet. As you can tell, it looks pretty old and weathered. So, was this planet inhabited by an intelligent race before? Alright, now take a look at them in our inventory.
An old corroded twist of metal.
No, it's pretty rusted.
The brain case of a small creature looking slightly insectoid, somewhat reptilian.
Alright. we've done everything we can here, so let's go ahead now. Let's head into the mine. See if we can find out what is going on here. Long, deep, forbidding tunnel. Alright, so this is interesting.
Captain, there are several weak points in the cave-in's structure. Careful use of our phasers from the top down should be able to clear it. Captain, there are several weak... Nothing to report. Fascinating, Captain. This door is made of an unknown material. It is clearly built by an alien race we have no knowledge of. Captain, there are several weak... Fascinating. I'm registering low-intensity shielding unlike anything we've encountered before. That kept this door, and whatever is behind it, hidden from the ship's sensors and earlier tricorder readings.
Alright, let's see. McCoy, can you detect anybody around here?
I'm picking up weak vital signs. If we don't dig him out soon, we're going to lose him.
Okay, so I want to quickly save it here.
Save new game. Replace previous.
If you use your phasers to remove all these from this down, we'll kill the ensign.
Assume firing positions.
He's dead, Jim.
And we will lose points for this, but it is true to Star Trek, which I really wish you don't lose points for killing a red shirt, because that's part of the game. Kill the red shirts. So, we'll load my save game. And let's go ahead first. Before we do all that, let's talk and look at everybody.
James T. Kirk, Captain of the Enterprise. Ensign Everett's wary of more ambushes. Dr. Leonard McCoy, glad that the cave provides some shelter from the breeze.
It's like me. Don't want the code.
Commander Spock, curious about what lies ahead. A cavern deep in Mount Idle. A large pile of rubble blocks what appears to be a large metallic structure. A huge boulder sits upon a large pile of rubble. A large metallic door is set in the structure. A pulsing red light is set in the structure above the door.
A gateway to an alien race. The wonders of the galaxy are endless, aren't they, Mr. Spock?
Indeed, Captain.
They can also be damn cold. Jim, the next time you need medical help on a snowball...
Bones.
I'll probably end up coming along.
Oh, yes, you will.
No sign of demons, Klingons, or other hostiles, Captain. I promise, I'll let you know the instant something appears.
Don't be too anxious, Ensign. We may want to talk with them.
I recommend as thorough an analysis of this area as possible.
Alright. Let's go ahead and use the phasers from the boulder.
Assume firing positions.
This man is badly hurt and suffering from shock and exposure as well. It was a near thing, but he'll live. This man is badly hurt.
Let's take a look and speak to him.
Brother Kandri is barely conscious and is lying still, trying to regain his strength.
Oh, thank you, kind souls, for saving my life. Let me rest here for a little before returning to report this miracle to Prelate Angiven. Oh, thank you, kind...
Okay, so he has nothing else to tell us. Maybe now Spock can do more analysis
Fascinating, Captain. This
Yeah,
door...
Same thing there.
It appears to be a security lock designed to open the door when the correct handprint is registered.
Well, we have a hand on our inventory.
Nothing to report.
Which actually might work. But... in Star
Save
Trek
new
fashion,
game. Replace previous.
I think I was shocked, sir. That was definitely a mild shock. Ouch! That hurt!
He's dead, Jim.
You don't say. Alright, we'll load up the safe one. We won't have that happen to him. Alright, let's go ahead and use the hand on here.
The hand circuitry triggers a connection and the door opens.
I think the door dissolves almost.
Nothing to report. Nothing
Really?
to report.
Nothing to report about
Nothing to report.
tunnel that seemed to have the same lights as the exit tunnel.
A long tunnel descends into the mountain. A long tunnel
Okay, I can't even look at the lights, so... Alright, let's go ahead and continue on.
Many alien machines fill the room. Many alien machines. It appears to be an abstract piece of alien art. It looks like a control panel with slide switches. This appears to control some unusual security equipment.
Interesting hypothesis. I don't know how you could think that up, but...
This floor contains conduits for conducting geothermal energy. Dr. McCoy looks back. Spock is analyzing the alien machines. James T. Kirk, captain of the Enterprise. Ensign Everett is looking around.
Alright, so... What? Speak. Talk.
Logically, the machinery is sustaining some type of life in suspended animation. If we can reactivate the machines, then we may be able to meet its creators.
I think we found the answer to our mystery.
I wonder who or what constructed all this.
I'm just a security officer, sir.
Alright, so... Let's have this... McCoy, can you detect anything around here?
This is a very old and very complex life support system. It appears to still be operational. This is a very old...
Alright, so let's go ahead and...
It is an alien life support system, Captain, utilizing geothermal energy. It is still functioning, waiting for some sort of signal. This alien construction takes readings of mental activity. It also activates manufacturing equipment related to security and includes a short-distance transportation device.
Mental activity, manufacturing equipment, and short-distance transportation.
It is an alien life support. It is an alien life support. It is an alien life support.
Okay, so...
This control panel is a manual override for the alien life support equipment. Fascinating, Captain. It is a diagram of a lunar eclipse of this planet. See how the red sphere, the moon, is casting a shadow on the blue sphere, Pollux 5. This must be a very old piece of work, because this planet's moon was destroyed thousands of years ago.
There, that's a little better.
The machinery is waiting for the gravitational pull of another eclipse to activate it. An eclipse that will never come. And one other thing, Captain. This may also be a diagram showing the proper settings on that control panel.
Okay.
It looks like a control panel with slide switches.
Let's go ahead and... So it seems like we have to put everything center. And we do. We see these dots go all the way down. All the way up. So, put that there. Put that there. There. There we go. All in the middle.
Welcome to our home. Thank you for repairing our Somnambutron.
Stop. You're trespassing on Federation territory. I welcome you on behalf of the United Federation of Planets. Who are you? Where you come from? We did fix your machine. Can we write the repair bill off against rent on this land? Stop. I welcome you on behalf of the United Federation of Planets. Who are you? Where you come from?
We call ourselves Nowians. Thousands of years ago, we saw that meteor impacts were going to cause an ice age. We created this huge underground shelter to preserve our race, keeping us in suspended animation until the planet had recovered. We programmed the machinery to revive us at the next eclipse, but we did not count on the destruction of our moon.
Some advanced civilization. Perhaps you can tell us about the demons. Perhaps you can tell us about the demons.
The demons, as you call them, are created by a machine designed to keep intruders away from our sleep chambers. It pulls from the minds of any approaching creature their most feared enemy and produces replicas to scare them away. For you and your crew, it was Klingons. For the Tellarites, a wolf demon. And for the other humans, a demon from their religion. On behalf of my people, thank you for waking us. I will turn off the machinery which creates our guardians, so that they no longer bedevil those with whom we now share our home. Oh, woe! Alas! The key is missing. I can do nothing. Even we will suffer the attacks of our own guardians unless the key can be found. I implore you, if you can help, please do so.
Okay. How did the key leave the cave if they were all asleep? Why was the key like on a keychain hook, like right next to the machinery? You'd think that like right here could be a hook and have the key hanging there. How did it leave the whole entire cave system?
Jim, think about that skull we picked up from Brother Stephen. Now look at this alien. See the resemblance?
All right, Spock, can you scan?
This seems to be a cryogenic suspension chamber, Captain. This life form appears to be intelligent, a new sentient race. There appears to be a resemblance between it and the Celotis, although the present forms are quite small and definitely non-sentient. This life form appears to be...
Okay.
There's nothing there requiring a...
Alright, let's take a look at this.
The alien emerged from this metal chamber. The alien is humanoid with green reptilian skin. It appears unarmed.
A child? No, I see many differences. This must be what our people who did not slumber have become. Still, I would like to see these remains properly interred, according to the precepts of our religion. May I keep this?
Of course. I think you will get along well with the Pollux inhabitants, and I'm sure you will have interesting theological discussions. I think I should return it to where I got it from. No, I want to keep it as a memento for myself. Of course, I think you will get along well with the Pollux inhabitants, and I'm sure you will have interesting theological discussions.
Alright, so let's go ahead and just give him the skull. You know, just so they can do what they want with it. Alright, now this twist in the middle seems like it might be the key he's looking for. So, seems so coincidental that he happened to have the key that he's looking for that happened to leave this cave when they were all asleep.
You found the key. I can now turn off the machinery creating our guardians, and no more sentience shall be at risk. Surely the Holy One smiles upon us all. I have no way to thank you, Captain, but please carry this request from my people to yours. We have much ancient knowledge we can share, and we would like to join your Federation. Go in peace.
They don't know anything about the Federation. For all they know, this could be just a ploy to get them to become a slave race to the Federation. They say, well, we would like to join. They just immediately just accept the fact that we are a peaceful organization. It's like, we would like to join you. No questions asked. Just I'm pretty sure there's more of a process than just saying they'll join and stuff. But it just seems kind of weird how you just suddenly say, yeah, we'd like to join. We don't know anything about you. But yeah.
I will be glad to accept your application to the Federation. We shall have a diplomatic envoy sent to make the final arrangements.
We look forward to meeting them. We also look forward to having discourse with the colonists. Farewell. May the Holy One bless you.
Live long and prosper.
Kirk to Enterprise. Beam us up, Mr. Scott.
Message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Pollux 5 and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
Yeah, believe it.
I might have known there weren't any demons.
We all have demons of our own, Bones. The ones we can't confront are often the hardest to deal with.
These demons were based on fear, Captain. A human failing.
I don't know, Spock. Everything that I've ever read about demons describes them as having pointy ears.
I need this caffeine in me.
Hijack.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
And for some reason, there's a weird graphical issue with the, it's only this mission, but I don't know why this happens, but there's some weird kind of computer thing happens.
On screen, Lieutenant.
The USS Enterprise is to report immediately to Beta Myamed. The USS Masada has failed to report his schedule. Determine nature of delay and take whatever measures are necessary.
Okay.
Set course for Beta Myamed, sir.
Let's see. Let's see what.
Beta Carina.
No,
Beta Myamed. A Federation world. A supply depot orbiting Beta Myamed 8 has recently been subject to attacks from Alasi pirates on 2 occasions within the last solar year.
Alright, so let's see about the Alasi.
Alasi Prime. A binary star system which one inhabited planet, Manalvagor, is currently undergoing a revolution between factions which survive from raiding Federation ships and factions that wish to make peace with the Federation. Several continents were colonized centuries ago by the Andorian. The self-determination of the Manalvagorians and the treatment of minority Andorians is an issue of considerable controversy. The Alasi clan is the largest clan of pirates and have been blamed for 46 attacks on Federation ships in the last 3 years. They use revolutionary zeal to mask their activities as pirates. Starfleet tactical analysis characterize them as being daring and impulsive, but skilled in analysis and planning. In effect, they are very capable of acting in an unorthodox and surprising manner when their plans begin to fall apart. They are considered a Class 1 threat to the Federation. Alasi Pirates. There are several bands of pirates based from Alasi Prime, the Ajalasi family, the Ajthuri, and the Andrasili. Recent events on Manalbagor have caused these bands, which typically battle each other, to unite and prey on Federation ships. Ajalasi, meaning the Fist of Ilasi, a name taken by the Demiri pirate clan of Manalbagor, and used as their surname for nearly 70 years.
Alright. So...
Defiant, U. Masada, USS. A Federation tug tender, registry NCC 293391. Currently under the command of Captain Kevin Keeler. Crew complement of 17. Primary mission, tow, repair of disabled ships. Its input override code is 293-391-197736-3829.
Star Trek Nitpick number 2. Prefix codes are not this long. They're meant to be short, quick, so you can do it fast during like battle and stuff like you saw in the Wrath of Khan. They're not supposed to be that long, but they did that for the games to make it a little more difficult. But yeah.
Republic.
And it's also the other. It says Keeler was the captain.
Keeler, Kevin, captain of the USS Masada, a Federation tug tender. Graduated 87th in his class at Starfleet Academy. Stardate 3342.8. Keeler has the rank of lieutenant in Starfleet, but is the senior officer aboard the Masada.
Alright, so... Alright, so it's navigation. Now I need to bring up that star map again to see where we have to go. Bay and Myad. Sapphire is covered up or something? Oh, so it's right there in front of me the whole time. Alright, we need to go here.
Ooh. There is an unidentified ship closing rapidly, weapons armed and shields up.
Raising shields. Arming weapons.
Message coming in, sir.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Leave the Beta Myamid system immediately. You're interfering in Ilasi affairs.
We are conducting a search and rescue mission for the USS Masada. It was last reported in this system. We cannot leave until we can confirm its location and condition.
So be it. You have been warned. Prepare to die.
Ship design matches that of the Ilasi pirates. Fast, maneuverable, and armed with photon torpedoes, but somewhat fragile.
There he is. Torpedo hit on him. Keep the speed up on him. Don't be able to get a beat on us. You can see him down between Sulu and Chekhov. Let's get some more speed going.
Captain, they are fleeing.
The enemy ship's initial intercept course was from the last known position of the Masada. I suggest we orbit the planet for a closer sensor scan, sir.
It doesn't do anything to my game score by attacking them even though they were fleeing. I know that was the other dude, but
I can't raise the Masada, sir.
I suggest we orbit the planet for a closer scan, sir.
that was fine.
There she is, Captain. She does not appear to be seriously damaged. Her shields are up, and 27 life forms are aboard. Captain, we could use the command prefix code to lower the Masada's shields briefly, long enough for one transporter burst.
Let's just tell them.
Hailing the ship, Captain.
Greetings, Federation Imperialists. I am Elasi Seraph, and I have claimed this ship as a blow for freedom against Federation tyranny.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. You are illegally in possession of Starfleet property. This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Listen, Lassie. Hand over the ship and hostages now, or things are going to get very nasty.
We'll kill one of the hostages if they do this option.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Mr. Alassi, it appears that you have found something the Starfleet lost.
Mr. Alassi.
This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. You are illegally in possession of Starfleet property.
That we are not here on a friendly visit.
Ah, the infamous Captain Kirk. The Masada is mine. You will release 25 political prisoners I specify, or I will destroy the ship and its crew. The list of those wrongfully imprisoned should be coming over to you now.
Data file captured, Captain. Computer indicates they were all convicted of piracy with various counts of murder and mayhem thrown in.
Sounds like people we don't want to have out and about again.
Freeing the prisoners you requested will take time. We have to track down their current locations, and Starfleet will have to grant permission to move them here. I will get that started. You should tender a show of good faith on your part. Will you beam over so we can discuss negotiations face to face? We can work together on this, Alassi. How about beaming some of the hostages over as a show of good faith? Freeing the prisoners you requested will take time.
What? Lower my shield so you can beam over a war party? I'm not stupid, Captain. We'll play by my rules.
So long as the shields are up, Captain, our hands are tied.
The Enterprise can overpower the Masada and take her, but the pirates would have all the time they need to kill every one of the hostages.
Will you send over data on the whereabouts and conditions of my falsely accused clansmen languishing in your dungeons, Captain?
Very well, we'll do it your way. I will put together the data packet. Kirk out. Your fellow Alassi have been tried in Federation courts of law and found guilty of their crimes. We'll listen to your complaints if you discuss them reasonably. Forget it, Elasi Sareth. You'll be the next one languishing on a Federation penal planet unless you drop your shields and surrender to me immediately. Very well, we'll do it your way. I will put together the data packet. Kirk out. Forget it, Elasi Sareth. You'll be the next one. Very well, we'll do it your way.
Seraph, Full name, Sereth Algerasi. A member of the notorious Elasi clan from Menalvagor in the Elasi Prime system. Sereth is one of the younger members of the clan and spent 3 years in the Federation detention compound on Beta Carina 6 for assault on an Andorian official administering a supply depot on Menalvagor. Like his brothers and father, he is daring and impulsive, but a completist when planning activities. He is highly charismatic, but possesses nothing in the way of skills for commanding any sort of military craft, starship.
Okay, so one thing that we haven't studied yet is
Menalvagor, the only inhabited planet of the Elasi Prime system. It was colonized by the Andorians before their entry to the Federation, and their relations with the native population has been a major problem with the Federation in recent years.
Alright, well, let's save this, I'm not making a mistake.
Save new game. Replace.
Captain's log.
Let's see exactly how many points we got. So we got 4 points. Alright. Let's send the prefix code.
293391177363829. That code had no effect, Captain.
Oh, I gotta put the dashes in there. Alright. We have to do dashes in Wrath of Khan. 293391 dash.
That code had no effect, Captain.
293391 dash 197736 dash 3829.
Sending prefix and lowering the Masada shields.
Captain, the shields are up. Lowering shields, Captain.
There are shields too.
Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
Registering energy residue from phaser fire and phaser grenade detonations.
Phaser grenade?
There are readings of another energy weapon, but the type is unknown. I believe this would be in Dr. McCoy's field of expertise.
I just love the detail that they put in this.
I am registering energy. Even our most efficient Chief Engineer Scott would have trouble repairing this damage in less than 2 days. Even our most efficient... Nothing to report, Captain.
Alright, let's look at everything here.
The transporter bay has been damaged in a recent firefight. A small bomb appears to have damaged the transporter controls. Spock quietly analyzes the damaged areas of this transporter room. McCoy wonders how many patients he'll have on this mission.
Yeah.
James T. Kirk cautiously watches the area. Lieutenant Christensen stands ready.
This is just like their raid on Damocles Station. Hard, fast, and dirty.
Get what you can from this area. Let's get moving.
Captain, a thorough analysis is required.
Okay, but let's not stay too long in one place.
Well, Jim, there's one thing I can tell you. I don't like Elasi.
I can't see them winning any popularity contests, Bones.
No.
They can forget about my vote.
When this operation is complete, Captain, we should have Mr. Scott or Transporter Chief Kyle come here to assist with the repairs.
Let's not look too far ahead, Mr. Spock.
Alright. Come on, McCoy. How's that guy doing?
He's not hurt badly. I can revive him.
Alright, let's do that. Let's see if he can tell us anything.
Thank you, Doctor. Be careful, Captain. The Alassi like to set booby traps. If you need any equipment, I've got my tools in this workspace.
A Runcinate transmogrifier, an engineering tool used in the maintenance of transporters, which can be fitted with bits having a variety of irregularly serrated surfaces. A Runcinate
Let's see, can we scan it?
Nothing to report.
Alright, so we'll just go ahead and grab it. And our inventory, take a look at it.
The Runcinate transmogrifier. This device was invented by an engineer with a sense of humor about names. With the proper attachments, engineers use it for temporary fixes on key circuits. The cabinet is empty.
Oh yeah. There was one more thing I had to do in this room before I left.
The controls have been virtually destroyed, Captain.
Can they be repaired, Spock?
With Chief Engineer Scott's assistance, I believe we could get them in perfect working order in 2 days.
Not enough time, Spock.
Spock, we don't have 2 days. If we can repair the transporter, we might be able to transport onto the bridge and capture the Alassi.
I can attempt to jury-rig repairs if I can find parts. However, there is only a 67.357% probability of success.
I've always been a gambler, Spock. Figure out what you'll need.
Okay, well. We did all we can in this room. Let's continue on further. Okay.
Twisted debris has been scattered along the side of the corridor. This view screen communication terminal has been damaged beyond repair. Some kind of force field appears to cover the door. A tangle of mangled equipment reduced to junk. There are the remains of 5 phasers without power packs, a drained phaser welder, and scraps of wire and uncertain bits of metal junk.
Alright, so let's go ahead and submit everybody.
You are James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the USS Enterprise.
I am? Okay.
Spock is analyzing the surroundings. Lieutenant Christensen is carefully watching the hallway. McCoy is fidgeting around.
He likes to fidget.
Can't say I like the decor.
This corridor provides access to the transporter room, Captain. It is secure.
This is a mess now, isn't it?
My daddy would have sent me to bed without supper if I'd done something like this.
I don't think we can bring down that force field, Captain. If we could, though, it might be less risky than trying to transport onto the bridge.
Oh no. Let's see here. Go ahead and scan around this room.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report. Strong electromagnetic readings come from the doorway at the far end of the hallway. Nothing to report. A force field of unusual configurations has been erected in front of the doorway, which leads into the bridge. I don't think it would be healthy to approach too closely, Captain.
Let's see if we can bring it down with the phaser. Nope.
5 phasers without power packs, a drained phaser welder, insulation and bits of wire, and droplets of cooled molten metal.
Well, it might be useful to have some of that stuff. Let's go ahead and grab the junk. Look in our inventory.
Some scraps of metal found in the corridors of the Masada.
Scraps of metal.
Some scraps of wire found in the corridors of the Masada. These weapons are powerless, having been shorn of their power packs. A phaser welder. It is without power.
Okay, well, we could just go ahead and use our kill phaser onto there.
Phaser welder is now charged.
And now I've charged a phaser welder. Phaser welder, not
You are in a typical starship core. A phaser welder. It has been recharged.
Alright, so let's see. Let's try something. Let's try to combine these metal bits with this. Let's try this with this.
I think that does it. A comb bit for the transmogrifier. Now I can continue repairs on the transporter controls.
I don't know how the hell you were supposed to figure that out, but that was one of the more obscure puzzles in this game. Yeah, I don't know how you could have thought that you had to use the phaser welder on the bits of metal to form them into a comb bit.
A comb bit. This metal device looks like it fits into something else.
And then you can take the comb bit and slide into this.
The parts fit together satisfactorily.
The Runsine transmogrifier fitted with the comb bit, an important engineering tool.
Okay, well, we did all we could in here, so let's go ahead and save it.
Save new game. Replace.
And go ahead and walk this way.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Now, if I don't do anything, one kill phaser to the side stuns him. I thought he was supposed to die, but let's go ahead and load up there. And let's go in and let's take these guys out quickly.
Hey, what are you doing here?
The pirates won't wake for a while, but they're going to be quite unhappy when they do. I recommend that we not be here when they awake. The crew is tired and has elevated signs from extreme stress, but they will survive.
You are in the brig of the Masada. 9 of the crew members are held in the cell. 2 Alasi guards lie on the floor. This guard is stunned.
You could also use phaser to kill them, but you lose points for that.
You are in the brig of the Masada. A bomb located just inside the force field. These wires look like a modification of some sort. This appears to be the button that turns the brig force field on and off.
Now, if I wasn't paying attention, didn't notice that bomb there.
Save new game. Replace previous. You've set off some type of booby trap. The force field protected you from the blast, but everyone inside the brig is dead.
That just looks so bad. It just suddenly everyone there gone.
You are in the brig of the Masada. The cell contains the smoldering remains of 9 crew members. 2 Alasi guards lie on the floor.
They even put the smoldering remains of the 9 crew members. Oh. Okay, let's go ahead and load up our save game. We're not gonna have that as canon. Alright, so let's talk with all of our people here.
I see that the Alasi live up to their reputation, Captain.
They've turned this freighter into a prison barge.
I'm just a security officer, sir.
I don't like the looks of this, Jim. The crew is tired.
Okay, I can't talk with them. Let's look at it, buddy.
Kirk seems concerned by what he sees in this room.
Yeah?
Spock raises an eyebrow. McCoy is looking at the guards. Lieutenant Christensen is fumbling for his phaser.
Let's have Spock scan everything
Nothing
here.
to report. Nothing to report, Captain. A medium-strength phaser bomb. The brig force field would contain the explosion, but it would kill the crew members within the cell. I recommend that we find a way of disarming it, Captain. Captain, the switch has been booby-trapped to detonate a bomb, presumably inside the brig somewhere.
Alright, well, I'm gonna have Spock work on those wires.
There. I believe the bomb is now defused, Captain.
I've used Kirk, he hears snip, 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 snip. He takes
Captain,
care of all
this
of them.
wiring may prove useful in repairing the transporter.
Alright, let's take that wire with us. If we try to take the wire before it was disarmed, it would detonate the bomb. Alright, so now we have in our inventory.
A length of wire removed from the terrorist's bomb.
Alright, let's go ahead and open up.
Thank you for freeing us, Captain. We'll secure the area so they don't come up behind you. We've had electrical problems with our door to our bridge, Captain. The Alassi don't know we put an electric shutdown device. You'd never find it by chance. But if you used a charged phaser welder 2 feet to the left of the door and 1 foot off the ground, you might be able to shut down the force field and get a jump on the Alassi.
Alright, let's take that bomb with us. You never know if it might be useful.
A bomb with 3 wires. Primitive, but potentially quite deadly. You are in the brig of the Masada. The cell is open.
And I can't scan him. Can I see anything else with him?
Thank you for freeing us. You better take the bridge before they suspect anything is up. You'd better hurry up, or they'll catch on, sir.
Okay. Hey, calm down. Go on. Alright, we're back out in here. He said a phaser welder. Like so. Here?
That did it. The field is deactivated, Captain.
Alright, we can now enter the bridge, but that is not the proper way to finish this. To get 100%, you gotta do something different. I'm not going to show the red shirt deafness because once it happens, it locks you into a long sequence. So, just to say that you can have a firefight on the bridge at launch, which will instantly kill the lieutenant. You cannot prevent it from happening. He will get killed quickly. Alright, Spock, let's get these repairs going. Put that comb bit in there.
I attached these here. Now, all I need is a spare length of wiring.
How about this stuff?
The bits are not long enough. I need a longer piece of wire.
Just pick them and fold them all together.
The controls are set for just inside the bridge door, Captain.
All right.
Mr. Spock, you're a genius.
I wouldn't go that far, Jim. But I do have to congratulate you, Mr. Spock. Now we can really risk shooting our atoms around the universe. Is this really necessary, Jim?
Analysis, Lieutenant Christensen.
Security analysis, sir. If we transport onto the bridge, we'll have the drop on them, assuming Mr. Spock has the transporter working properly. If we could get past the force field on the door of the bridge, we should be able to surprise them for sure. Since we have a bomb, Captain, we could rearm it, transport it onto the bridge, and perhaps the Alassi will flee into the hallway. Then we could capture them.
And any hostages on the bridge will be killed when the bomb goes off. No, Jim, that's inhuman.
To say nothing of the possible damage to the bridge controls.
All right, well, here, let's save this.
Save new game. Replace.
Let's go ahead and use. Let's beam onto the bridge.
I'm going to have a word for you, Spock, if we appear inside the door.
Alright, so let's look around here.
This is a standard Starfleet bridge, perhaps not as impressive as the one on the Enterprise. There are quite a few pirates here. The Alasi clan member glares at the party. The Alasi clan member glares. The Alasi clan. Spock is analyzing the surroundings. Dr. McCoy appears a bit restless. You are James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the USS Enterprise. Lieutenant Christensen is carefully observing the Alasi.
I'm just a security officer, sir.
Jim, that man is mad.
You can't spark the Spock.
He doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood right now.
Kirk tends to be not in a talkative mood. Alright. Let's go ahead and talk to him and...
It's over, Sareth. Surrender, and I'll guarantee the lives of you and your crew. Freeze. Don't even think about it. Check and mate, Elasi. Don't do anything foolish. It's over, Sareth. Surrender, and I'll guarantee the lives of you and your crew.
You are an honorable and worthy opponent, Kirk. I accept your offer.
Well, that was easy.
Scotty, beam down a security team to the bridge. We have regained control. Mr. Scott, beam us out of here.
Aye, Captain.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
We have read your report on the problems at Beta Myamed and evaluate your performance at 100%. You and your crew received 4 commendation points. A perfect mission, Jim. You are a model for all Starfleet.
Trying to hold a Federation starship captive, can you believe it?
Since we just witnessed that very event, Doctor, I'm surprised you asked.
It was a rhetorical question, Spock.
That took quite a bit of organization to seize a starship. Think we'll see more of the Alasi pirates?
Undoubtedly, Captain. I suspect they have considerable resources to draw on.
So do I. Sulu, take us out of here.
Love's labor jeopardized.
Priority message from Starfleet.
On screen, Lieutenant.
A raid across the Romulan neutral zone has placed Starfleet Research Station ARC-7 in jeopardy. Proceed immediately to ARC-7 and determine the status of the station. Good luck, Jim.
Okay. I'm actually starting to get a little tired here.
Save new game. Replace previous.
Sorry for the short stream today, but it's due to me having some errands to run at the beginning and also my job interview I had this morning. So I'm going to end it here. Let's see who is online at the moment for our raid. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and go into... do Shady Joker. So it's fun one to raid. I will be doing a stream again tomorrow. It will be on Mass Effect. Thursday, I'll be doing a special long 6-hour stream of No Man's Sky, the only game that I'll be adding to my rotation. Friday will be Subnautica. Saturday will either be Star Trek, 20th Anniversary, or Grim Dawn. If I don't do Grim Dawn Saturday, I will be doing Grim Dawn on Sunday. And if I don't do Star Trek on Saturday, I'll do it on Sunday. I have to figure out which 2 games I want to do on the weekend yet. This might be better on my Saturdays because of my work schedule, my shopping. It's a little bit easier to jump into this after a day of working, a day of shopping here and doing Grim Dawn. But anyway, let me get this set. You just had to choose a name, just multiple different kind of fonts and numbers and stuff in it. Alright. Exit out of the game so I don't have all that annoying this in there.
Save new game. Replace. Yes, quit the game.
Alright everyone, thank you for joining me today. I hope you had fun of seeing a game that is very near and dear to my heart. I played it throughout my entire life. It's a game that I always like to go back to every once in a while. It's just nostalgic. I love the pixelated graphics and just the fact that the entire crew was voiced in it. It will be the last, this and Judgment Rights will be the last recordings of DeForest Kelley before he was the first of the original crew to pass away. So, alright everyone, I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow with Mass Effect 2. Goodbye everybody.
Off. Battle Wolf. What is up, dude? Star Trek? Let's go.
What is up, Raiders? Welcome on in. For those of you who do not know, my name is Shady Joker. We stream every day except Thursdays and Saturdays. Currently playing nothing but first playthroughs on Life is Strange, Final Fantasy X, Code Vein, God of War, and My Hero Academia 1 Justice. Battle Wolf, what is up, buddy? How are you? How was stream? How was Star Trek 25th Anniversary Edition? Thank you so much for trusting me with your community. I appreciate the heck out of you. It really means a lot. Those Sith emotes, though. Those Sith emotes were with the dark side.